A very good afternoon. You're watching the midday news on Rajya Sabha television. My name is Aishwarya Kapoor and these are the headlines. Election Commission holds a meeting of central observers, also seeks ground reports from West Bengal poll authorities. Rahul Gandhi promises a separate ministry for fishermen in Thrissur. Supreme Court to hear review petitions in the Rafale case today. Government affidavit on the matter accuses petitioners of putting national security in jeopardy. India-Pakistan begin talks on Kartarpur corridor. First meet after tensions escalated between the two. Both side officials discuss on modalities of the corridor to the Kartarpur Sahib Gurudwara. President Ramnath Kovind presents Gallantry Awards and Distinguished Service Decorations at a Defence Investiture Ceremony. General Bipin Rawat awarded Param Vishisht Seva Medal, Kirti Chakra to Major Tushar. And China blocks India's attempt to list Masood Azhar as a global terrorist for the fourth time at the United Nations Security Council meeting. India asserts it will pursue all avenues to bring terrorists to justice. Also thanks other UNSC member states for their support. First up, all the news on the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. The Election Commission is holding a meeting of central observers in New Delhi today as part of the preparations for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. The meeting is being held to brief the central observers about their roles and responsibilities while being on election duty. The Commission's mechanism to curb black money and illegal inducements with liquor and drugs will also be shared with the expenditure monitoring observers during the day-long meeting. The meeting is the first since the election dates were declared by the Election Commission on 10th of March. And the Election Commission has sought a ground-level report from West Bengal's Chief Electoral Officer after BJP's plea. Remember, the BJP had on Wednesday urged the Election Commission to declare West Bengal as a super-sensitive state to ensure fair Lok Sabha elections there and demanded that the central forces be deployed at all polling stations in the state. A BJP delegation, including Union Ministers Ravi Shankar Prasad, Nirmala Sitharaman, JP Nadda, among others, met the top officials of the poll body and apprised them of their demands. The party has also requested the poll panel to transfer those police officers whose electoral impartiality is questionable, as well as the withdrawal of former Kolkata Police Commissioner Rajiv Kumar from election duty. The delegation brought to the Election Commission's notice incidents wherein the state bureaucracy has become completely subservient to the TMC, negating the way doctrine of impartiality and fairness. The state assumes importance for the Saffron Party as it aims to win a sizable number of seats here as well. Meanwhile, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has slammed the BJP for urging the Election Commission to treat all polling booths in the state as super sensitive. She alleged that the BJP was trying to hide behind several forces as it cannot win any seat in the state.
What is the cause to declare all the booths sensitive? Don't you think it's a humiliation, insultation? Why BJP people are very sensitive about Bengal? Why they are so scared? Why they are so afraid? Bengal, what senior leaders they said? Absolutely lie. If I say blatant lie.
Mamata Banerjee also announced the names of all 42 Trinamool Congress candidates in the state for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. 41% of the party's candidates are women, which include Munmun Sen, Nusrat Jahan, Mimi Chakrabarti and Mahua Moitra. And Congress President Rahul Gandhi today vowed to set up a separate ministry for fishermen if the Congress is voted to power in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. He was addressing the National Fishermen Parliament organized by All India Fishermen Congress near Thrissur in Kerala. Now, assuring the fishermen that he would fulfill the promise if the Congress wins, the Congress chief said that I am not like BJP, I do not make false promises.
Somebody has to represent you, all the fishermen of the country. This parliament has to be represented in that parliament. So my commitment to you is that the moment we win in 2019, all the fishermen of this country will get their own dedicated ministry in Delhi.
And the Congress released a second list of 21 candidates for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections yesterday. Now, the list consists of 16 candidates for Uttar Pradesh and 5 candidates for Maharashtra. Now, prominent names include Uttar Pradesh Congress Chief Raj Babbar, who will contest from Moradabad, party leader Sanjay Singh from Sultanpur, and Shri Prakash Jaiswal from Kanpur. The party has also fielded Priya Datta from Mumbai North Central, Sushil Kumar Shinde from Solapur, and Milind Doria from Mumbai South. And the BJP General Secretary on Wednesday held the first round of seat-sharing agreement with the alliance partners Indigenous Peoples Front of Tripura for the 2 Lok Sabha seats in Tripura. Ram Madhav, accompanied by Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Dev, held a meeting with IPFT Supremo NC Dev Burma. He reportedly told them that the BJP wants to contest both the Lok Sabha seats in Tripura and sought the party's support. Meanwhile, the IPTF has said that it will contest the Lok Sabha polls in the state on its own. Voting for both the seats in Tripura will be held on 11th and 18th of April, respectively.
This is a democratic party and they have their own thought, they have their own ideology, and that is why they are a different party. If the ideology and everything was same, then there should be no other party. They would have BJP only. But it is not the case. So they have every right to talk whatever they want to talk. But finally, see what happened in Assam. Assam Gana Parishad departed. But at the end of the day, they agreed and they express their solidarity with Narendra Modi ji and Bharatiya Janata Party, and they are contesting along with us, all other parties of the Northeast. Same thing is going to happen in Tripura, I am confident.
Let's get to some other news now. India and Pakistan began their first meeting to finalize the modalities for the setting up of Kartarpur corridor at Atari Wagah border today. Now, this is the first time that the two sides are meeting after tensions escalated between the neighbors after the terror attack on Pulwama. Now, the corridor will link Gurdwara Darbar Sahib in Pakistani town of Kartarpur with Gurdaspur district in Punjab. In the meeting, New Delhi is likely to raise the issue of hassle-free access to the Indian pilgrims, besides asking Islamabad to insulate the Sikh pilgrims visiting the shrine in Pakistan from pro-Khalistan propaganda. A Kartarpur gate has also been proposed to be set up on the Indian side of the international border, which would stand out as a monumental symbol to commemorate the 550th Prakash Parv, or the birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev. And India's bid to get Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar as a global terrorist by the United Nations Security Council was once again blocked by China as it placed a technical hold on the resolution. Now, China has asked for more time to examine the proposal. This is the fourth time that China has blocked the resolution against Azhar since 2009. And reacting to the development, India expressed a disappointment. MEA spokesperson Ravish Kumar said that India will continue to pursue all available avenues to ensure that the terrorists involved in attacks are brought to justice. India also thanked other nations for their support to designate Azhar as a global terrorist. India's ambassador and permanent representative to the United Nations, Syed Akbaruddin, also took to Twitter. He also thanked other states for supporting India at the United Nations Security Council. The proposal to designate Masood Azhar under the 1267 Al-Qaeda Sanctions Committee of the UNSC was moved by France, the US and the UK on 27th of February, days after a suicide bomber of the Jaish-e-Mohammed killed 44 CRPF soldiers in Jammu and Kashmir's Pulwama, leading to a flare-up in the tensions between India and Pakistan. And the BJP has hit out at Rahul Gandhi after the Congress president's comment on Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Why is Rahul Gandhi in a celebratory mood when the country stands pained by this kind of attitude of China? That is the larger question. आप इतने खुश हो जाते हैं? राजनीति में अंतर होगा, विरोध होगा, होना भी चाहिए। लेकिन क्या एक घोर आतंकवादी के खिलाफ कार्रवाई में चाइना की पुरानी नीति के दोहराए जाने पर भी आप खुश हैं? क्या हो गया है राहुल गांधी जी आपको? आजकल विदेश नीति में आपको क्या सलाह दी जा रही है? कांग्रेस पार्टी ने 55 साल देश में राज किया है, तो हम उम्मीद करते थे कि कम से कम विदेश नीति के बारे में आपको सही राय दी जाएगी। क्या बोलना, कितना बोलना, कैसे बोलना, क्योंकि नॉर्मली विदेश नीति पर देश में एक कंसेंसस होता है। तो आतंकवाद की लड़ाई में कांग्रेस पार्टी कितनी गंभीर है, आज उस पर सवाल उठेगा। I regret to say with great degree of agony today that what is the Congress commitment in the fight against terror today is becoming suspect. तो ये तो आपके एक बड़े पार्टी के भारी भरकम नेता ने अपनी किताब में कहा है, और क्या कहा है फिर मैं कहूंगा। In his latest book, Nehru, The Invention of India, Mr. Tharoor writes that Indian diplomats who have seen files swear that. तो भारत के विदेश विभाग के वरीय पदाधिकारी जिन्होंने फाइल देखी है, वो शपथ पर कहते हैं कि नेहरू जी ने सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल की सीट चाइना को ऑफर की थी, क्योंकि ताइवान उसके लिए उपयुक्त नहीं था। इसलिए कहता हूं राहुल गांधी की बात निकलेगी तो बहुत दूर तक जाएगी।
Congress President Rahul Gandhi had taken to Twitter after China blocked the move to ban Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar. On to some other news. Annual report released by US State Department has alleged that in 2018, the Chinese government significantly intensified its campaign of mass detention of members of Muslim minority groups in Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. Washington slammed Beijing for human rights violations and the deterioration of conditions there. US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said this, that China is in a league of its own when it comes to human rights violations. Now, China intensified its campaign of detaining Muslim minority groups at record levels. Pompeo said this as he released the annual congressional mandated report on human rights.
Then there's China, which is in a league of its own when it comes to human rights violations. In just 2018, China intensified its campaign of detaining Muslim minority groups at record levels. Today, more than 1 million Uyghurs, ethnic Kazakhs, and other Muslims are interned in re-education camps designed to erase their religious and ethnic identities. Even some of our friends, allies, and partners around the world have human rights violations. We document those reports with equal force. Our aim is always to identify human rights challenges and use American influence and power to move every nation towards better, more consistent human rights practices.
And the United States and India on Wednesday agreed to strengthen security and civil nuclear cooperation, including building 6 U.S. nuclear power plants in India. The agreement came after 2 days of talks in Washington. The talks involved Indian Foreign Secretary Vijay Gokhale and Andrea Thompson, the U.S. Under Secretary of State for Arms Control and International Security. The joint statement said that the two nations committed to strengthen bilateral security and civil nuclear cooperation, including the establishment of 6 U.S. nuclear power plants in India. The two countries have been discussing the supply of U.S. nuclear reactors to the hungry India for more than a decade now. However, a long-standing obstacle has been the need to bring Indian liability rules in line with the international norms, which require the cause of any accident to be channeled to the operator rather than the maker of the nuclear power station. India plans to triple its nuclear capacity by 2024 to wean the economy of fossil fuels. And on to the other big story of the day. The Supreme Court will today hear review petitions in the Rafale case. The centre told the Supreme Court on Wednesday that documents filed by the petitioners seeking review of its Rafale deal verdict are sensitive to national security. In an affidavit, the centre said that those who conspired in photocopying the papers have committed theft and put national security in jeopardy by leaking them. The centre said that those who have conspired in this leakage are guilty of offences under the IPC, including theft by unauthorised photocopying and leakage of sensitive official documents affecting national security. The Ministry of Defence said that an internal inquiry started on 28th of February and is in progress over the leakage of sensitive documents, and it is of utmost concern to find out where the leakage took place. The review pleas were filed against 14th of December verdict of the Supreme Court that dismissed all the pleas against the deal procured by India from France. In midday news, we'll take a very short break. News and updates continue on the other side. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to Security Scan. I'm Vishal Dahiya, and this week we will take a look at the Akula class submarine.
The Akula is an SSN. Basically, the SSN is the perfect sort of platform a blue water navy has.
It's fast, it's stealthy, it has a considerable strike package. You can use it for land attack, you can do ISR, all of those things. It also has a certain strategic role to play.
India has taken a right call and Russia has provided the submarine. But again, as I always say, that time for us to build our own.
A labyrinth of hundreds of narrow stairway passages, is a significant and historical component of what you popularly know as Bara Imambara. Some of these narrow stairways have dead ends, some end at precipitous drops, while others lead to entrance or exit points. Historically, Bhul Bhulaiya was constructed to confuse the enemy intruder, and the narrow lanes of the labyrinth can make anyone feel lost. The structure contains various strategically built hollows in the corridors.
Welcome back after the break. President Ramnath Kovind presented gallantry awards and distinguished service decorations at a ceremony held at Rashtrapati Bhavan today. Army Chief General Bipin Rawat received a Param Vishisht Seva Medal from the President. PVSM is the military medal awarded in recognition of peacetime services not relating to gallantry. Major Tushar Kera of the 20 Jat Regiment received the Kirti Chakra for killing 3 terrorists in close combat along the line of control in Kupwara sector of Jammu and Kashmir. And Army Sepoy Brahmapal Singh and CRPF Jawans Rajendra Nain and Ravindra Babban Dhanwade were decorated with Kirti Chakra posthumously. Also, 12 officers and Jawans from the Army and the CRPF received Shaurya Chakra. Among the dignitaries present on the occasion were Vice President, Prime Minister as well as the Defence Minister. And Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu today attended the first graduation ceremony of PSG Institute of Technology and Applied Research in Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu today. Addressing the ceremony, the Vice President said that students need to learn by doing experimenting and finding solutions to contemporary problems. He said that students need to focus on multidisciplinary applications of knowledge and new technologies such as robotics, big data analytics and also artificial intelligence. He also stressed that educational institutions must change according to changing times and must also impart relevant skills sets to young students.
The recently Prime Minister used one word. He said, what is patriotism? He said, everybody doing their duty is patriotism. In the beginning, I couldn't understand the seriousness. Everybody doing, ante prati okkadu tanu pani tanu cheyadame deshabhakti ani. Evadi pani vaadu cheyadam deshabhakti endante, if everybody does his work effectively, meaningfully, that is patriotism. It will contribute to the nation's wealth and also to the health. So that has to be followed by one and all. More than 85% students of the first batch have secured placement in the field of their core competence. I congratulate them. Wish you all the best. I congratulate all of you for a brighter and promising career. In Indian tradition, it is said that knowledge can neither be taxed nor can be stolen, neither can it be divided among siblings. It only increases by spending and sharing. Therefore, wealth of the knowledge is the best among all types of wealth. We need to strengthen the value chain between lab and land, from the conception of an innovative idea to its development into a commercial product. In this age of intellectual property rights, innovation, incubation, entrepreneurship of young professionals will play a major role in propelling our economy to newer heights and in creating an inclusive society.
And India has joined a growing list of countries that have grounded the American manufacturer Boeing's 737 MAX aircraft following the recent crash of an Ethiopian Airlines flight. The crash on 10th of March happened minutes after the aircraft took off from the Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa, for Nairobi in Kenya, killing all 157 people on board, including 4 Indians. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation, or the DGCA, has said that it would closely monitor fare movement today after India suspended the operations of all Boeing 737. And today, after the suspension, the Ministry of Civil Aviation Secretary Pradeep Singh has said that the DGCA would ensure the grounding does not affect passengers or operations.
कि 737 मैक्स जो है इसको जल्द से जल्द ग्राउंड कर दिया जाए और जब तक इसमें सेफ्टी मॉडिफिकेशंस नहीं होते हैं तब तक इसको हम लोग नहीं चलने देंगे। तो ये कार्रवाई की जाएगी और जैसे ये कार्रवाई समाप्त हो जाएगी और इसके पूरे तरीके से हम लोगों को विश्वास हो जाएगा इस जहाज़ पे, फिर हम लोग उसको उड़ने देंगे।
Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump on Wednesday grounded all Boeing 737 MAX 8 and MAX 9 planes effective immediately. Donald Trump said that any plane currently in the air will go to its destination and thereafter be grounded until further notice. The safety of the American people and all people is our paramount concern, he said. And the Federal Aviation Administration said that fresh evidence as well as newly refined satellite data prompted the decision to temporarily ban the jets. And sporting action now. Australia defeated India by 35 runs in the final ODI at the Firoz Shah Kotla Stadium in New Delhi to clinch the 5-match series 3-2. Chasing a victory target of 273 runs, the Indians were all out for 237 runs in their stipulated 50 overs. Indian vice-captain Rohit Sharma completed 8,000 runs in the ODI cricket. He made 56 runs. And earlier, electing to bat after winning the toss, Australia made 272 runs in their stipulated 50 overs, losing 9 wickets. Osman Khwaja top scored with 100 runs. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Midday News. Thanks for watching.